Welcome to the course of Unix and Shell Programming. Myself G. Prashanti, Ignace Lara Institute of Technology and Science, Department of Information Technology. Okay. This course is for 3rd BTech, first sem, R16 regulation. So in today's class, we are going through what are the features of Unix and Unix brief history. So already in previous class we have seen some features of the Unix. So we will be completing that topic, features of Unix, and then Unix brief history. Okay. So in these are the different features of Unix. So where in previous class you have seen like what is multi-user capability, okay, multi-user capability, and what is multitasking, and what is the file system. Okay. So security. So in previous class you have already gone through these 3 features. Like what is multitasking, where multiple users can do multiple jobs at a time. Multitasking, multi-user, where multiple users can access the resource at a time. That is said to be the multi-user capability. Okay. And security, where here by giving the permissions to the file, Unix provides the feature of security. Okay. So let's go into the brief discussion. Okay, so multi-user system. So the main feature of Unix is that it provides multi-user system. Multi-user system in the sense that multiple users can access the resources at a time. So suppose this is the server. Okay, so this is the server where this server can be accessed by multiple users at a time. Okay, so at a time these 3 users can access this server. Okay, so similarly, different resources of the system, that is nothing but your CPU time, memory, disk space, I/O devices. Okay, these are the different resources of the computer system where multiple users can access these resources at a time. That is said to be the multi-user system. So next one is your multitasking system. Unix operating system supports multitasking. Multitasking in the sense that single user can do multiple jobs at a time. Okay, so it is said to be like single user, multiple jobs. Okay, where single users can do multiple jobs at a time. So for example, this person can listen to the audio, okay, while listening to music. Okay, so while listening to music, he can do like chatting with the other people, or we can say while listening to the music, he can do respond to the emails. He can give responding to the emails. He can check his email inbox. Okay, so and similarly, if he want, he can parallelly create a Word document. Okay, where he can where he can do his documentation. Okay, so that is multiple jobs. Single user can do multiple jobs at a time. So listening to the music, he is listening to the music at the same time he can do like responding to emails. Okay, so or in parallelly if you want, he can like download the documents also. Okay, so he can just click on the download. So while the download is going through, he can parallelly respond to the emails. Okay, so in that way parallel multitasking can be done. Okay, so that is the multitasking operating system. Unix operating system provides multitasking. Okay, where the next feature is the security. So Unix operating system provides security to the files. Okay, now here you are having 2 levels of security. The first level is the system level security. Okay, where in system level security we will be having a super user. Okay, that super user is nothing but the administrator. So that administrator is responsible for the smooth running of the system. Okay, so that is the first level, system level security, and the next level is the file level security. So where in the file level security, the files can be given different permissions. Okay, so like permissions like read, write, execute. Okay, so here the permissions are categorized into 3, like group. So group, you will be having like group, you will be having a owner, group, others. Okay, So three category of users. So who are creating the file, those are said to be the owners, and some team members. Okay, so team members who can access the file. So those comes under the group, and all other universe apart from owner and group, all other universe comes under the others. Okay, so these can be given like read, write, execute permissions. Okay, so owner can be given read, write, execute permission. Group, the team members can also be given read, write, execute permissions, and others can also be given like read, write, execute permissions. Okay, so here we can see the file access that are allowed. So owner can read, write, and execute. Okay, since here the permissions are given like only for the since the permissions are given only for the owners, so owners are given only read, write, execute. Okay, so the other three members, since they are not having any permissions, they are omitted like that only. Okay, and similarly it can be represented in a binary form also, where in the binary form, if the permission is given, then it is represented by 1. If there is no permission, then it is represented by 0. Okay, so since here the owners are given like read, write, execute permission, they are represented by read, write, execute. Okay, and group and others are not given any permissions, so they are represented by zeros. Okay, so similarly next, owner and group can read, write, and execute. Okay, so here the owners are given the read, write, execute. So here these three are the owners. Owners are given the read, write, execute. Okay, and similarly there are group also. Okay, so this is group. Okay, so groups are given read, write, execute. Okay, so owners represented I have given in yellow symbol, yellow color, read, write, execute. And the group, they are also given read, write, execute, whereas for the others, these are for the others. Since others are not having any permission, they are omitted like that only. Okay, so in binary representation also 3 for group and 3 for owners. Okay, so whereas others are not having any permissions, they are given zeros. Okay, so next example, owners can read and write. Okay, owners are given read, write. So here owners are given read and owners are given write. Okay, but the owners cannot do execute. So that's why it is an empty one. Okay, so and similarly the group can read. Since the group can read, okay, but they are not having any write, execute permissions, empty. So represented by zeros, and others are also not having any permissions. Okay, so in this way we can give permissions. If like nobody has any access, so nobody has any access, all are zeros, except the super user, or we can say administrator. Except the administrator, nobody can use those files. Okay, so nobody can use, no user can use those files except the system administrator. Okay, so if the permission has to give in only to the others like strangers and any other people. Okay, so in that way these will be given, others will be given read, write, execute, all others will be left as empty. Okay, so that is the security, file level security, where different permissions are given for the owners, groups and others to read, write and execute the files. Okay, so that is about the security in Unix operating system. Next one is portability. So next feature that Unix provides us is the portability. So since Unix is written, Unix operating system is written in C, and already we know that C is a portable language. So Unix is also a portable. Okay, since Unix operating system is developed in C language, so we can say it is portable. Portable means that we can transfer the software that is developed in one environment to the another environment with minor modifications or with no modifications. So portability, where we can say Unix operating system is portable. Okay, so we can transfer. So in this figure we can see that, So here it is developed in one environment. Suppose the software is developed in one environment. Okay, so this is one environment. So the software is developed in one environment, and we can easily transport it. We can easily transport it, or we can say we can easily move into the another environment. Okay, so we can easily move it in another environment with minor modifications. Okay, so with minor modifications and sometimes with no modifications. Okay, so that is why Unix is said to be the portable. Okay. Another feature of Unix is that it provides built-in networking. Okay, it provides like built-in networking facility. That means that it supports networking configuration and all protocols. Okay, so like TCP/IP standard. So here by using like Unix operating system, by using the commands of Unix operating system, so we can build the networking in the sense that we can communicate from one system to the other system. Okay, so like this is an example of server. Okay, so this is a server and this is a client. Okay, so here the server we have to the server has to communicate with the client, or we can say that the client want to communicate with the server. So here this connection can be established by using the Unix networking facility. Okay, so where here these socket, bin, listen. Okay, so these system calls are used for establishing the connection between the client and server. Okay, so these socket, connect, these are used for establishing the connection between the client and the server. After establishing the connection between the client and the server, so we can start like listening and sending. We can start like sending and receiving message. Whatever the client wants to send, he can send. Okay, so the receiver receives. So again the sender can send. Okay, so the client can receive. Okay, so for example, this is a file server. Okay, and this is some client, some user one. So the user one want to access some file here. Okay, so in that case, what they will have to do first is that they have to establish the connection. By using the socket, bin and listen system call, they will be establishing the connection. After establishing the connection, by using the system calls like send, receive. Okay, by using the system calls like send and receive. So send and receive. Okay, so they can do the communication. Whatever the message they want to communicate, whatever the files they want to access, the client can access the server. Okay, so after completing that, okay, after completing that interaction, after that completing that communication, so if they want to close that, okay, so they want to do like log out. Okay, so if they want to log out, they have to simply say the close. Okay, so by using the close command, they can close the communication. Okay, they can like terminate it. Okay, they can like going to for log out. Okay, so and then the client terminates by sending the close system call. Okay, so by using these type different, here Unix provides some system calls. By using that system calls, we can provide like networking facilities where like client server communication can be taking place. Okay, so that is about the built-in networking facility provided by the Unix operating system. Okay, so next feature that is provided by the Unix is the programming support. Okay, so here in Unix you can write different languages. Like you can write a program in C, you can write the program in C++. If you want, you can write the program in JavaScript also. Okay, so here we are having the VI editor. So we can open that VI editor. In that VI editors, if you want to write a program in C, so you can write program in C. If you are very good in Java, you can write program in Java or either in C++. Okay, so Unix operating system provides the support of different programming facilities. So according to your convenience, in which language if you want to write the program, you can write the program in Unix. Okay, so that is the programming support provided by the Unix operating system. And the next one is open source. The Unix operating system is open source. Open source in the sense that the source code is available. Okay, so you can download that source code and you can customize it in your computer system. So it is easy for downloading and customizing in your environment. Okay, so and similarly one can contribute, one can modify, distribute and enhance the code. Okay, after downloading and customizing in your environment, the operating system, okay, after you download the Unix operating system and customize in your environment, you can do lot of work on that operating system, and if you want, you can do like some modifications also. Okay, if you want to create any new utility, or if you want, you can create new command also. Okay, so there are different commands for opening the file, commands related to deleting a file. In that way, if you want to write any new command, so you can do that also. You can you can write that command and you can give a contribution to the Unix operating system. If you want to do any modifications, you can do the modifications also. Okay. So open source, it can where the Unix operating system, the source code is available easily, where you can download and customize in your environment, in your computer system in an easy manner. Okay, so the next feature of Unix is the file system. Okay, Unix provides excellent directory file system. Okay, where you can create multiple directories, where here you can create multiple directories and you can store the files in these directories. Okay, so these are the directories. In the directories you can store files. Okay, so you can create multiple directories and you can store files here. So here we are having the root directory. Okay, so for example, I want to like access this file. So suppose this is the root directory and this is the directory I have created with the name Prashanti. Okay, so in this directory I have created the subdirectories also. Suppose this subdirectory, so this is a subdirectory for Unix. Okay, so and I am having another subdirectory like operating systems. Okay, so here in Unix directory I have stored a file called as file1. Okay, so in that way, in a hierarchical manner, a file system, a Unix file system is organized in a hierarchical manner. Hierarchical manner where you will be having like parent child like that. Okay, so this directory is parent and in the directory the childs are like files. Okay, so here, so if I want to access this file1. Okay, so if I want to access this file1, so we can easily access it. So by giving the path, okay, so you have to give the path starting from the root directory. Like we can say slash. So since it is the root directory slash, so the next directory is I will be giving like Prashanti, and then since the file is stored in Unix, I will be giving Unix. Okay, and slash file1. Okay, so here simply what the operating system will be doing, it goes to the root directory and then it goes to the Prashanti directory and then Unix directory, and then it will be in that Unix directory, it will be accessing the file1. It will be opening that file1. Okay, so in that way Unix operating system provides an extraordinary directory file system where we can create multiple directories. Okay, and these are organized in a hierarchical manner. Okay, so the directories and files are organized in a hierarchical manner so that it is easy for maintenance. Okay, so for maintenance purpose also it will be easy, and it is easy for access also. Okay, so I can easily access from the root directory. So root directory, Prashanti directory, Unix, file1. By giving the path, we can easily access the files. Okay, so that is about the file system in Unix. Okay, so those are the different features of Unix operating system. So Unix operating system is well known for its Unix operating system is well known for these features like multi-user capability, where multiple users can access the where multiple users can access the resources of the system at a time. Okay, so suppose we are having a printer. So printer, only one printer. We are having only one printer. So this printer is connected with two users. User 1, user 2. Okay, so here this printer is connected with two users, user 1 and user 2. So these two users at a time can access this printer. Okay, so they can give at a time they can give the print command and they can use the printer. Okay, so then the operating system, it is up to the operating system, then it will be giving the first print and then it will be giving the second print. That care is taken by the operating system. Okay, so in that way, single resource, even if you are having a single resource, multiple users can access the resource. Okay, that is said to be the multi-user capability. So second one, we have seen the multitasking capability, where in the multitasking capability, so a user can do the download. While it is being downloaded, he can create a document, or he can respond to emails. Okay, so he can parallelly listen to audio. In that way, he can do the multitasking. So next feature provided is security, where it provides Unix provides an excellent file directory system in a hierarchical manner. Okay, so where you can create multiple directories and you can store the files there. Okay, so that it is easy for accessing and maintenance also. And the next feature is built-in networking facility. Built-in networking facility, where you can create a networking communication between the client and the server by using the system calls like socket, bind. Okay, so listen, by using those system calls, you have to first establish the connection. After establishing the connection, whatever the messages you want to send and receive, those are done by using the system calls like send, receive. Okay, after completing the communication, the client can terminate by using the close system call. Okay, so that is a simple scenario for the networking facility that is given by the Unix. Next, we have seen the portability, where portability means that whatever the software that you have written in one environment, that can be transferred easily to another environment. Okay, so you can transfer that into another environment without any modifications, or with minor modifications. With minor modification, the same software can be run in another environment. Okay, that is said to be the portability, and to provide this portability feature, the Unix operating system is written in C language. Okay, so programming facility, where you can write in Unix, having the Unix operating system in your computer, you can write program in any language. If you want to write program in C, you can write a program in C. If you want Java program, you can do Java programming also. Okay, so having the Unix operating system in your computer, you can write any type of programs in any language, either in C language, Java language, C++ language, Python also. Okay, so and file system, it provides a file system facility. Okay, so where you will be having a multiple directories and a multiple file system, multiple directories. In the directories, you can store different files. Okay, and last we are having an open source, where in the open source, open source, the software is available. Okay, so whatever the software that is related to the Unix, all those are available, and it can be downloaded easily. Okay, and it can be downloaded easily and can be customized in your environment in an easy manner. So those are the features of Unix. Coming to the Unix brief history. So here Unix operating system was found its beginning in Multics. Okay, so Multics is nothing but the multiplexed operating and computing system. Okay, so here before the Unix, so first the AT&T Labs. Okay, so this Multiplex project began in the mid 1960s. Okay, so here the organization called as General Electric Massachusetts Institute of Technology at Bell Laboratories. Okay, so these institute has started a project on Multics called as Multiplex Operating and Computing System. Okay, so but there was no progress. So here what they tried to do is that they tried to develop an operating system. Okay, they tried to develop an operating system with multitasking, multi-user capabilities. But they can't do it. There was no progress in the project, and in 1969, Bell Laboratories pulled off that project. Okay, since there was no progress on this Multics project, so they pulled out of the project. That means that they stopped doing the project. Okay. So, and after that, what happened? One of the Bell Laboratory people, so one of the person called Ken Thompson, so who was involved in that Multics project. Okay, so Ken Thompson, who was involved in that Multics project, what he did is that he felt that Multics was too complex. Okay, so he felt that it was too complex, and he started developing that in a simple way. Okay, so since the Multics projects were called off, so what that Ken Thompson thought that that Multics was too complex and it can be done in a simpler way. So he started writing the version of Unix. Okay, so he started doing it in his own way, and in 1969 he wrote the first version of Unix called as Unix. Okay, so which is called as Uniplex. Unix, the full form of Unix is Uniplex Operating and Computing System. Okay, which with over time started to be called as Unix. Okay, so here in 1969, Ken Thompson started to write the first version of Unix, which he called as Unix, which is nothing but the Uniplex Operating and Computing System. Okay, so which was later shortened to Unix. Okay, so after that, since that Unix operating system was written in B language, and since it was like portable. So to provide that portability, so the Ken Thompson teamed up with Dennis Ritchie. Already you know Dennis Ritchie, who is the who is the developer of C language. So he teamed up with the Ken Thompson, and he wrote and he rewrote the Unix in C language. Okay, so as to provide the feature of portability, so he has rewritten that language in he has rewritten the Unix in C language. Okay, and then in 1973, they rewrote the Unix kernel in C, and then they had given the first edition, and then they have given the fifth edition was first licensed to the universities. Okay, so and after that, okay, so and after that rewriting of that in C, they have given a paper on that. Okay, so in 1974, they published a paper. Okay, so they published a paper on that Unix. Okay, so Unix in its first public exposure, where they have given like description like, so what is the simple design of Unix? Okay, so what is the simple design of Unix, and what are the 600 Unix installations that are required? Okay, so after rewriting the Unix in C language, Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie has published a paper so on Unix, where they described like what is the simple design of Unix and what are the 600 unique installations. Okay, so after that, people started using that. Okay, so after publishing of this paper, many research labs, okay, many research labs and universities all over the world started to try the Unix themselves. Okay, so after knowing what is the simple design of Unix and what are the 600 unique installations, so researchers started to different researchers and universities. So they started to try the Unix themselves. Okay. So with that, what happened is that after the early 90s, okay, so early 90s, so different people started using the Unix, and they have developed their own Unix systems. Like AT&T was developing its Unix 5 Unix. Okay, so this is Unix 5. Okay, they have developed AT&T developed a Unix family that called as Unix 5 Unix, and similarly Berkeley. Okay, so Berkeley University at California, they have developed their own Unix that is called as Unix BSD. Okay, and then Sun Microsystems, they have developed also their own Unix operating system which they call as Sun Solaris. Okay, so and even today also we are having like different Unix like operating systems such as Linux. Okay, so BSD components like FreeBSD, NetBSD, OpenBSD, all these are based on Unix operating system. Okay, so after the publication of Dennis Ritchie and Ken Thompson paper, so several universities started developing their own Unix operating system. Okay, so where A&T developed, this is a laboratory, they have developed System 5 Unix. Berkeley University at California, they have developed Unix BSD. Sun Microsystems, they have developed Sun Solaris. And even today also several people are developing their own Unix operating system. So examples are your Linux, so NetBSD, FreeBSD, OpenBSD. Okay, so these are the different. So apart from this Windows, so Windows is not an Unix operating system, but your Linux, Red Hat, Sun Cobalt, Mac OS, FreeBSD, Solaris, all these are based upon the Unix only. They are said to be like Unix-like operating system. Okay, so taking the features of Unix, they have developed the Unix operating system. Okay, so Linux, Red Hat, Solaris, all these are said to be the Unix-like operating systems. Okay, so in this class we have seen like what are the features of Unix. Okay, different features of Unix like what is multi-user tasking, multi-user capability, multitasking, so file system security features. Okay, so open source programming facilities, or the different features of Unix, and similarly a Unix brief history where which is developed by, so Unix is developed by Ken Thompson. Okay, along with the Dennis Ritchie. So after their development and after their publication in the paper, so several people started to develop their own Unix operating system. Like AT&T Labs started like System 5 Unix. Okay, so Berkeley University at California, they have developed their own Unix operating system, BSD's operating system. And similarly Sun Solaris, and even today also. So even today, so several people are developing their own Unix-like operating system like Linux, Red Hat. Okay, so FreeBSD, so NetBSD, OpenBSD. So even today also several people are developing so open source Unix-like operating system. Okay, so that is about the history of Unix. Thank you.